Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by a fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
All right, another one of I told you so. I predicted this, and this actually happened. So it's about UAE's new rule about Emiratization, where they have apparently the key word that they've used is we have expanded the Emiratization policy, mandating private companies to employ Emiratis. You remember I told you this, that in my previous videos, I've made plenty of videos, so more than 7,000, so I don't know which one specifically. But I had told you that, they had made it mandatory for any company with 50 employees, you should employ one Emirati, okay, 4950. And I told you how private companies would circumvent this rule by, instead of employing 50 employees, they will employ 48, and rest they might outsource or take freelancers or recruit, another company. Or one of the best loopholes that they do is they take two companies. The same owner will have two companies, and he'll have the employees of the other company work for him. So, end of the day, who knows what they're doing. So that is how they would circumvent these rules. But now what they have said is, listen, even if you have 20 employees, you still have to employ one Emirati. And very soon, what they're planning is 2024, employ one Emirati. By 2025, you have to employ two Emiratis. Okay. And they've made these rules mandatory across 4 economic sectors. Now, failure to do this obviously was a fine, which many companies, because I know business owners, I can tell you this confidently, many company owners were ready to pay the fine. They didn't mind paying the fine rather than having an Emirati. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say having an Emirati is a curse. Okay. But the problem is, given I don't know if you know this, but I lived in UAE 40 years. My parents 55. My friends, maybe some of them even 3 to 4 generations. So we have seen the UAE culture. We have seen how Emiratis are. And I'm not trying to say Emiratis are all bad or they are all very, lazy. But the general consensus is always this. When you have a country that gives you all the perks and benefits, there is very little incentive to actually get outside the comfort zone or the pain zone. For example, I'll give you a simple one. In the United States, they have this concept for especially single mothers. Okay, single mothers, if you are single and you have children, will give you certain concessions. I don't know the exact rule. So many women, it incentivizes them to not want to make the marriage work. So they end up breaking off this relationship and they end up with being single. And then you get handouts from the government, which is much better than having a husband who earns a very basic income. In fact, if you get married together, then obviously, you earn more, you get taxed more. So what they prefer is single mother, free money. Okay, they look at us as we can't take care, so the government is supporting us. And they take advantage of this rule. In fact, most of young women nowadays in the West, United States, or the Western countries where these rules apply, young girls from colleges, they are actually hunting for athletes, celebrities, or anyone who's earning way, way big amounts of money. They end up befriending them, getting them drunk, having sex with them unprotected. So they purposely get pregnant. And once they end up with a kid, that person who's a celebrity has to take care and provide for that woman and that child. And then, when things shit hits the ceiling, they take them to court. And based on how much the guy earns, the female can demand $20,000, $30,000. In fact, you'll be very surprised to know in UAE itself, I had one of my clients who got divorced to his wife. His wife earns in dirhams 14,000, say around 10 to 14,000 dirhams a month. And husband also earns 10 to 14,000 dirhams a month. Okay, they are not high income; they're middle income group owners. Um, the wife demanded from the court that this guy pay her just to look after the child 35,000 dirhams. She's earning 10 to 14, but she's asking for 35 and above only for the child. And then for her, she was demanding 500,000 compensation and all these, his property. So what happens is when you know the loophole of the system and you know that you can get easy money, access to easy money, why wouldn't you take advantage of this system? People love anything for free, anything for easy. Very simple. Try having put a Facebook post, or let's say a company says, come tomorrow, we'll give you free pizzas, free cold drinks, free this, free that. Even if you're giving free undergarments, people will rush and buy and take what they don't need. So when you have a country that is saying, listen, we'll give you easy jobs, we'll give you easy money, don't have to worry, don't have to be competitive, don't have to take stress. And if any employer tries, any expat terminates you and you feel you have been wronged, come to us, we'll protect your ass. So they take undue advantage of the system. See, the country really wants the best for its employees. But remember this employee mentality, like Nawal, this guy, I don't know, Charlie Munger, who was the closest associate, the late Charlie Munger of Warren Buffett, what he said, one of the greatest, I think it was him who said it, I don't know if someone else, one of the greatest addictions is, one is drugs, the other one is a monthly salary. So once people enjoy a guaranteed monthly salary, uh, you know, you don't have to worry. And remember this, employees never work harder than the employer. There's no reason to. So, and also keep this in mind, Emiratis in UAE, the college students, they believe they deserve the starting salary of 10,000 US dollars with no experience, nothing. They just come out of college and they want $10,000. While an expatriate who graduates out of college would expect minimum $1,000 starting, where they'll work free for a couple of months and slowly build themselves up. So a private company sees a lot of merit and benefits to employ an expatriate who has the fear of losing their job and who, at least out of the fear, they work hard. But when just imagine Emirati who belongs to the country is theirs, the government supports you, don't even need a visa. You don't care a damn. Just imagine if the owner or the expatriate tells him, listen, you better do your work. He will shout, thump his chest and say, I'm local, my country. You are telling me. He will go and complain to the ministry or something. He's abusing us Emiratis. He's racist towards Emiratis. You're jacked. And I know so many employers who are afraid of employing Emiratis because you can't just put your foot down on them. I'll tell you, I predicted this and I told you what will eventually happen is like how they do it in Oman. They simply find somebody who wants to sit at home, not come to work, and take home a monthly salary, sign the document. Okay, I'm working, I'm happy, I receive my monthly salary on time. That is what is going to happen in the end. Okay. So now they are making it mandatory. The Ministry of Human Resource and Emiratization, MoHRE, will notify targeted establishment on specific criteria, ensuring proactive measures, all these big words, to utilize the Nafis program, okay, to attract Emirati talent. The Nafis program, if you don't know, is a federal initiative by the UAE government designed to enhance employability and competitiveness of Emirati citizens. There's no competitiveness, it's jack shit. There's hardly any competition for these guys. They just employ, always remember, they'll employ people from the ruling family or the people who have contacts and connections to the high positions. The CEOs, directors, all are Emirati. And this is kind of called corporate racism that exists in UAE. Based on your nationality, your salary is determined. If you're Emirati, it's the highest. The second highest is always British or American passport holders. even Canadian somewhat. Then comes, then Australian. You could say the next level is Australians and anyone with white skin, white passport. Okay. Then comes a European bracket and South African whites. Then after that comes somewhere down, you have Arabs, mostly from the Arab countries. Then below that, you have the Indians, and then below that, Pakistanis, below that, Bangladeshis. And this is more or less the untold fact that is there in UAE, but nobody's going to talk about it. The HR companies, they know about it. People are afraid to talk about it because they don't want to lose their jobs. Okay. So anyway, and I know people in HR who have told me this. They even have a separate HR department for Emiratis, okay, just to make sure. Because see, end of the day, you're operating in a country, you follow their rules. And this is not something bad that UAE is doing. UAE has to support its citizens. But one of the key reasons why they are initiating this is to get support of the citizens. Citizens look up to the king, the monarch, the emir of the country, and they want to make sure that they always win the popularity vote. But this creates a whole generation of lazy bums who are entitled. And it's now never going to work, because no matter what you do, once you put a sense of fulfillment, entitlement, and easy money, they will always want easy money. That is why you'll never see any Emirati search for jobs outside UAE, unless, of course, he doesn't like the Islamic culture or he doesn't like the narrow-mindedness. Otherwise, he'll continue. And mostly it's females who leave. It's not less of the men, because nowadays, because of social media and the Western culture, many of them want freedom. So the website is, if you want to check more information about Nafis, it's nafis.gov.ae. Okay. So the goal is, UAE's goal of creating 75,000 new jobs in the private sector by 2025. The fines were dirhams 96,000 in 2024, 108,000 in 2025, and they'll keep increasing this until people cave in. So it also, they want to make sure that every year the number of people employed is more. Since its inception, 82,000 Emiratis have been employed. Now they want 32,000 more to be employed. And the employment rate targeted for companies will increase gradually, 4% by 2023, 6% 2024, 8% 2025, 10% 2026. Okay. However, I'll tell you this much. Even though you can offer these jobs to Emiratis will not stick to a private company. Their goal is to work for a government company, because the perks and benefits that a government will give you, insurance, end of service benefits, old age retirement funds, multiple number of holidays, multiple number of bonuses like 6 months salary bonus, all that is given by the government, which private companies cannot give. Okay. And, end of the day, it all comes down to, these are well-intentioned initiatives, but it's like, having your own son or daughter. You have pampered them so much that no matter what you do for them, they will never appreciate. They'll only want more. Their greed will only grow, and their laziness. Once laziness enters your system and a sense of self-entitlement, once they get the taste of an easy life, don't expect them to work hard. So for me, expatriates, when they have no choice, they will somehow cave in. But I'll tell you, they'll still try to figure out loopholes of the system. But this, I can tell you, undoubtedly will have so many expats, especially businessmen, have a massive headache. Because remember, after you employ an Emirati, you cannot be strict with him. You cannot threaten him with job loss. You can't be even rude to them. They will come when they like. They will go when they like. They will ask for holidays. They'll not give a damn about the targets. And end of the day, they will just come. Ladies will come like this. They will put like this, and the guys will come with the headphones and talking further. And they'll talk to their friends. It's a mess. I'm not saying all Emiratis are like this, but most of them are. Just like, 80-20 principle, the Pareto principle. The ones who really work hard, really, really work hard, the Emiratis, they are either in very senior leadership positions based in government companies, because They know if they lose that position, they don't want to, they'll never get it back. But over there also, the ones who have occupied the seat of power, especially in Abu Dhabi, for very many years, and it's linked to the ruling family or powerful families, they are all interconnected. You cannot touch them. They don't give a rat's ass. Over there, only Sheikh Mohammed ensures global standards. That is why, he's not afraid to terminate anyone in any position or capacity. That's why he has his surprise checks, which you can search. He has visited so many government offices. He comes there on time. Huh? Maybe if 8 o'clock is the check-in time, he'll come at 7:50 to check, or 7:45. Who's come to the office, who's not come. And if you're not there, he'll tell you, retire, I'll get new people. That has actually happened. So his leadership style is incredible, but Abu Dhabi and all that, who the hell cares? That is why you try getting anything done in Abu Dhabi, it'll take you centuries to get it completed. But Dubai, at least they follow global, standards. Anyway, this is what I have to say. Let me know your thoughts. You agree, disagree with what I have to say? I'd love to read your comments. Good, bad, ugly. Comment down below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.